everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with this week's challenge accepted. And Shannon and I took on another wonderful Scrap Squad lift this week. It's just an amazing layout, and I love the color scheme, and so I'm doing something completely different. It's As you can see, it's a kind of Project Life card looking layout, but done on a 12 by 12. It has a fairly muted color scheme and black and white photos. The photos I had are color, and they're restored color of a trip to SeaWorld in 1983. So when I scanned them, I asked for color to be restored, so it came out kind of a nice aqua blue in the pool there. So I wanted to include that color, but I wanted a contrasting color, so I kind of went with orange, and I pulled some aqua blue accents here and there. I did some kind of plotting on here for what photos I would use and what size and so forth. I was actually going to follow this exact layout. In the end, I actually converted I cropped all my photos square, and I left room for I did this, and it kind of did the math for what sizes I needed to leave a fairly small border around the edge and not too much of a border in between. What I liked on the original was it's almost kind of a quilted look. There's a little washi tape here, which I may add or not. And there are a few clusters, including these arrows. So we'll see how that goes. What I did instead was I have a square photo of my son, and then they're here and a nice title block, and then I have two square photos of him actually making contact with the dolphin. And then I have a photo of him with my husband and another photo of him with me. And I've got what I'm calling a journaling block, and I've typed up some journaling, but I may go a different route with that. So when I did the math to calculate those things, these measurements were that of it is 3 3/4 inch squares, and then this of course was 7.5 and so forth. And the squares were the matting, and I intended the photos to just leave a little bit of the mat around. Well, when I printed the photos, I printed them 3.7 instead of 3.75, so I was expecting very close, like right there, and my printer spit them out this size. So I matted them again in orange, added an aqua strip, mounted them with foam onto the mat, and kind of went with that. I haven't matted everything or glued anything down yet. So let me start. I'm going to do a little bit without a whole lot of talking, just kind of doing some gluing down, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about my choice of papers. Just for some background information, when I finished all of the various challenges I was doing in October, I decided that I was going to do some reorganization. What's good about challenges is you get a lot done. What's bad about them is you mess things up, you get things out of place, and you kind of a good part of that is you figure out what you need to have handier, and you figure out ways to make that happen. So actually, before I glue that down, let me do the bottom part. I'm going by leaving the barest edge around the layout, and then I'll just adjust the spacing of the middle row once I get the top row and bottom row done. So I've alternated on these segments. I've alternated, some are popped up on foam as they're mounted on the background sheet, the white paper. Like this one has some foam behind it, but this one didn't. The mats go straight down. And I'm running out of tape in my roller here. I hope it lasts through the video, but let's go here. Just papers. Let me see what I've got. I always get asked about papers. This is a sheet of paper from which I drew the plaid that has the orange color in it as well as the aqua color and lots of others so that I can add colors. This was a We Are Memory Keepers. I think the line was called Abroad. And this is a Doodlebug Fresh Market line. And these look like orange slices, and we were in Florida, so I kind of drew on that. And the orange, I have no idea where that came from. It was a scrap, and it was the right color. So okay, that works out nicely for that to go there, and this can go here. I'm going to kind of put that down here. And this this blue dotty paper also came from the reverse side of that Bella Boulevard paper, which has some border strips. Okay, and a lot of this, the oranges don't match in these two, this watery paper, I think it's Fancy Pants. It's really, really beautiful, wavy water, and I'm going to end up covering most of it up. But it's the last scrap I have left of that pattern paper, and it's probably my favorite watery paper ever. So I wanted to include it since it's all about what. Actually, the spacing in between these is probably not going to matter much because I'm going to do some clusters of embellishments. And, okay, to go back and continue my story about having to rearrange things, I did rearrange all of my travel and beach and pool summery kinds of supplies. Does that work out right? So let's see. I want the photos to be aligned, but the trim is going to be opposite sides, and that's going to add a little bit of interest, I think. So let me kind of move the camera over to show you some of the supplies I pulled this morning. This is more than I ever pull for a video because I really like to limit myself to make everything, just to make everything easier and quicker, make the video shorter. One of the things I was going to do where there were some arrows, I was going to punch, and I actually found such arrows on a sticker sheet. This is a Bo Bunny Boardwalk line. Let me kind of I want to do this piece first right here. I've got everything laid down, and I like this little, this is a vellum envelope, don't know where I got it, that says Explore. So I have my journaling here. I was going to maybe put it here, but then it would cover up Explore. So I'm going to insert it here, and I have in my little bucket here a wood sticker that says ticket best trip ever. So I'm going to actually insert that here so that you can actually read the word ticket through the vellum. I'm going to try to sneak it underneath that photo and it's the same thickness as the vellum. I've got some other tickets. Let's see, where's the one I saw? Here it is. It's a bright, colorful one from the Fishtails Photoplay line, and I love it. I thought I might, just as a ticket for a day of fun, I'm going to mount it on foam to give it some heft, and I'm going to kind of stick that in here as well. And you know what that does? That actually makes the journaling almost have to be inserted this way. And that's fine with me. I may put a little tiny, okay, here's a chipboard sticker that says C-Day, and I'm going to glue that on here, and I will remove the glue from behind it, and I'll stick it here, and that will act as a tab. So off camera, I'm actually going to remove it from here, put a little twine or something cute to tie, a ribbon to tie there, and fix up the glue. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of put it where it's ultimately going to go. I found this. I don't have any idea whether it was rainy or cloudy on the day that we went, but I kind of thought these little icons were cute. And I found some in this those icons came from a Bo Bunny Noteworthy. Well, they were actually Noteworthy were the things. I forget what it's Make a Splash, the Make a Splash collection. I've used that, a lot of things from there. This is from My Mind's Eye Palm Beach, and there's this really cool tropical looking leaf and this flamingo that's facing the right way. I kind of like this leaf as well, but I think this color green works better. Both colors are in that plaid, but I'm going to put the leaf down flat and let it overlap the next segment. And now I'm going to put this guy on foam, and I didn't measure that very well, so I think it can go here. I'll maybe offset it. There we go. I like it like that, where this one kind of overlaps this way. I'll let this one overlap down below and let it kind of sit there. I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to put one of these clouds down flat, and then I'll put the other one on foam to give it a little extra dimension and let it kind of overlap. And I'll do it also kind of bridging these two segments, and then I'm going to do some foam back behind this umbrella. Again, my trick with foam is never to glue it all the way to the ends, because I may have to cut those ends off. Okay, so I'll again let this kind of cross over down here, and I'll put it at an angle there. Okay, perfect colors. Now let's do the title block. This was at SeaWorld, and I wanted to include SeaWorld, so I was just going to get some thickers and do that. And I found in my travel supplies, which are among these that I reorganized, this really pretty layered sticker that says "Around the World." So it has half of the title I planned on using. And I found these stickers from the Photoplay Fishtails line that has this really cute, it's a whale, not a dolphin, but it's close enough. And I thought I could mount it there. I will do some glue because it doesn't want to stick really well to that, that glitter. And I'll let the tail overlap there. And I found on another sticker sheet from Doodlebug this word "Sea Life," and I'm going to mount these letters for the C part of it, and that'll be the C for my SeaWorld title. Now, I'm guessing that some of this green glitter will show underneath. And if it does, to the point that I don't like it, again off camera, I will cover it up either with a little piece of paper or a bit of gesso, and I'll mount this word "C." But for now, just to give you the idea, I'm going to kind of set it right here. And I think it's kind of showing up nicely there. And I'm going to put a couple of the little fish that are on here right there. And I need one that's facing the other direction. I might also pick I wish there were a yellow one facing that direction. It's taking there it is. Taking too much time. Okay, and I'm going to go here, maybe up there. Okay, put that away, and now I'm going to build some clusters. I had thought maybe I would build some clusters beforehand and have them ready and then just build one. But I think I'm just going to kind of start sticking stuff on. Let me put, this is a sticker from an old glittered set of embellishments, and I have no idea what it's from, nor I like that idea. I've fussy cut some flowers out of some anyway, I found it loose, decided I should use it, and so I'm using it here just as kind of part of this cluster, and I may find a little fish to complete the cluster. Let's go with a little crab. I love these little Doodlebug. Doodlebug just has the cutest images, and they're not always appropriate for every page about the sea, but this one was a trip with the kid. You know what I think I'm going to do is put a bit of foam behind that to pop it up. So the little crab has some dimension. Let me see if I can get some glue there. Fold that down. This is not the most okay, I like that. Let's go up here. I've kind of had in mind I would do a cluster here that's good. And that gives the, it repeats, I'm gonna repeat these flowers in several places. The colors definitely go because, you know, it's all colors. And my favorite color, you know, is all of them. So I'll put that there. I've got a couple more bits I might kind of put around in here. It was Florida in the springtime, so there were lots of things in bloom, and I figure that's excuse enough to add flowers to a layout. I know some people are not huge fans of florals. I wanted to use this Florida, it's a padded kind of little license plate, and it got loose from its original sticker sheet and got stuck on some packaging, and so I'm cutting it off the packaging. I'll add some adhesive down here. Where can we put that? I might just put it here. And it's in colors that are kind of compatible with the color scheme going on here. Okay, there's some flowers here, flowers here, flowers here. That's 3 places. Let me see if there's anything small enough to put something somewhere else, maybe down in here. If I did that, just kind of peeking out of the corner, that seems like it might work. I don't have much of an edge there, so can't do a lot. There are some flowers in bloom right around here, and I'm maybe going to cut this guy in half so that I've only got a small bit kind of coming out there, overlapping onto that Florida section. Let's see, the other half of this could go over here. I've got some stars, I've got some rub-ons, another wood thing, another kind of a ticket. We've got our tickets in there. I have a sticker here that says we're enjoying every moment, but I don't see a good place to put it. It's orange and it would work for that. What I usually like to include on layouts is, okay, here's my arrow. Let's see where I can put this. I'm kind of committed to this arrow. I really like this arrow. Maybe here where it points to here, he's kind of getting the dolphin's attention, and over here is where he actually makes contact. So let me have it bridge that, and that kind of works for me. I'm going to put this back. Let me see if I have any more of these fun puffy stickers. I adore this little turtle, so I'm going to maybe put the turtle over here like he's swimming up to the to the flamingo, and see if there's anything else. I've got my journaling, which is going to have a little pull-out tag. I've got my big swath of orange. I'm going to have to work with some glue to get my SeaWorld title done. But basically, this is the layout. I'll publish the finished layout. It's not, it certainly doesn't capture the spirit, the nice winteriness of this layout, and I'm determined to do something like this with those clusters of, wintry looking flowers. But in Georgia, where I live now, and Texas, where I lived before, I don't have a lot of pictures of snowy landscapes, although I have a few. So I think this one captures the mood of this trip, and it's true to the design there. So my challenge is accepted. I have some fixing to do, and I'll see you next week. Bye.